Okay, I admit it. I'm a deepfake created by Tesla simply to pump up the stock price, and I can prove it. See, here's when I created my YouTube channel, 21st of November 2019, and here's the Tesla stock price. As we can see, when I started the channel, Tesla stock was a mere $66.61 per share, since up over 1,300%. This is unequivocal proof. Correlation equals causation. You can't deny this. There's absolutely no other possible explanation. And to be honest, I'm actually on Tesla's payroll. Don't ask how you pay a deepfake. And I'm one of the leaders of the Tesla bot army, an army the company uses solely to pump up the Tesla stock price and trick investors. I think you'll agree it's been a pretty successful mission so far. And also, I don't actually own any Tesla stock. That was all a lie as well. Kind of wish I did though, because it's gone up a lot since I said that I thought it would go up a lot. That's right, it was all a lie. We've been found out by TSLAQ in a recent article. No point hiding anymore. I'm going to be exposing the deepest, darkest secrets of Tesla's deepfake and Twitter bot army, whose sole purpose is to pump up the stock price. I just can't keep this secret any longer. We've been exposed by a new steaming pile of article on the LA Times by one of Tesla's most ardent supporters. Let's just get into it. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store. So check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. Here we are over on the extremely credible LA Crimes. I quote, "Twitter bots helped build the cult of Elon Musk and Tesla, but who's creating them?" Sounds salacious. In early November 2013, the news wasn't looking great for Tesla. A series of reports had documented instances of Tesla Model S sedans catching on fire, causing the electric car maker's share price to tumble. Then, on the evening of November 7th, within the span of 75 minutes, 8 automated Twitter accounts, by the way, big accusation here, we'll come back to this. 8 automated Twitter accounts came to life and began publishing positive sentiments about Tesla. Over the next 7 years, they would post more than 30,000 such tweets. Can't wait to cite the data here. It's kind of weird there's no asterisks actually referencing that, but we'll get back to this. With more than 500 million tweets sent per day across the network, that output represents a drop in the ocean. But preliminary research from David A. Kirsch, let's suss this guy out. First, for those of you who are unaware, the author of this article, Russ Mitchell, is a long-term Tesla hater and has in fact publicly claimed to have donated to Plainsight. If you guys don't know the background here, do some digging. I'm not going to give this virgin any airtime. By the way, shout out to Hallmars for a bit of digging. So it seems that we have some tweets here from the supposed professor whose research is being cited. Let's just have a quick look through these. 2019, mid-year, the essence of Tesla short thesis REQ2 financials. We're going to miss you when you're gone. TSLAQ, aka Tesla going bankrupt. What else he got for us, David? Another tweet, this time August 2019. More TSLAQ tags, blah, 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 blah. Anyone get the feeling that this guy is a self-proclaimed, self-identifying member of the TSLAQ Virgin Army? I mean, the TSLAQ army. Blah, 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 blah. Bubbles, crashes, blah, blah, blah. Economic bubbles are irrational, but we can understand them. More TSLAQ BS. Another tweet from 2019. Tesla bubble is deflating. Narrative is changing. We'll pop when TSLAQ dominates. Blah, 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 blah. Again, I want to emphasize May 2019. May 2019. Up almost 2,000% since. Round of applause for Einstein over here. Hit the nail on the head. If only he'd started a YouTube channel instead of me, maybe things would have been different. Back to the article and the research of this extremely credible David A. Kirsch, a professor at the University of Maryland who fucking cares, concludes that activity of this sort by so-called bots has played a significant part in the stock of the future narrative that has propelled Tesla's market value to altitudes loftier than any traditional financial analysis could justify. In a market in love with meme stocks, sexy narrative is proving far more profitable than financial analysis, says Kirsch, co-author of Bubbles and Crashes. By the way, I just got to say my bit here. How many times have you guys and girls seen somebody who nothing but bubbles, nothing but crashes? They're going to crash, this is going to happen. Doomsayers constantly, ultra negative. Of course, as they say, a broken clock is right twice a day. I totally understand if some people at points are bullish and then at other points in time are bearish on the market or certain stocks. I totally get that. But it seems that there's a subset of perma-bears who will only see chaos, destruction, doom, collapses and bubbles no matter where they look. And despite being wrong 95+% of the time, they don't change their mind. The Tesla narrative is extraordinarily powerful, Kirsch said. Despite the company's several brushes with bankruptcy, the vision of a planet-saving, world-dominating business enterprise has enabled CEO Elon Musk to keep selling the stock to the public to keep it fueled. At a certain point, it does become self-fulfilling. Whether Twitter bots are being deliberately programmed to manipulate stock trading is among the questions that Kirsch and his research assistant are trying to answer. The inquiry comes as Musk has been signaling an intention to use his wealth and gigantic Twitter following to influence the platform's future direction and policies. After buying nearly 10% of Twitter last month, Musk announced that he'd be joining the board, but Twitter revealed Monday that he changed his mind for unspecified reasons. My best guess here, Twitter tried to muzzle Elon, control his ability to speak freely, and he told them to go f*** themselves. Musk is a Twitter phenomenon, constantly posting tweets for his 80 million followers that range from standard to outrageous to juvenile to profane. A Twitter bot is a fake account programmed to scour the social media site for specific posts or news content, Musk's posts for example, and respond with relevant pre-programmed tweets, quote, tremendous long-term growth prospects, or quote, why Tesla stock is rallying today, or quote, Tesla's delivery miss was meaningless. The bots can also be programmed to send nasty or threatening messages to company critics. Kirsch and Chowdhury collected and reviewed Tesla-related tweets from 2010 when the company went public to the end of 2020. Over that period, Tesla lost an accumulated $5.7 billion, even as its stock soared and Musk became one of the richest humans on the planet. His net worth is estimated to be $275 billion. Operational results can't justify anything close to the company's $1 trillion market value based on any kind of traditional stock metric. Therefore, the only logical conclusion, of course, is that Tesla has an army of Twitter bots pumping up the stock price, because there's no way it could possibly actually be worth what the market's paying for it. Using a software program called Botometer that social media researchers use to distinguish bot accounts from human accounts, I'd like to know how they do that. We'll look into this in a moment. The pair found that a fifth of the volume of tweets about Tesla were bot generated. Huge claim here, huge claim. That's not out of line with giants like Amazon and Apple. So take a pause here. According to this Botometer, the number of alleged bot accounts discussing Tesla is in line with the number of bot accounts, again allegedly, tweeting about Amazon and Apple. So this is a non-starter. This is completely fucking irrelevant. That's like having an article saying in this one country there's way more men than there are women. Then when you actually look at the population, it's about 50-50. But their bots tended to push the stock market and tech stocks in general, with those companies as leaders, but not focus on any particular narrative about the companies. While any direct link between bot tweets and stock prices has yet to be determined, I mean, for fuck's fucking sake, dude, seriously? I don't really think anyone's genuinely going to believe that Twitter bots would have any impact on Tesla's stock price whatsoever. I mean, how? It's nonsensical. The researchers found enough smoke to keep their project going. Over the 10-year study period of about 1.4 million tweets from the top 400 accounts posting to the hashtag Tesla, 10% were produced by bots. Allegedly, again, we'll have to look into their methodology. Big claims here, no data being cited. Of 157,000 tweets posted to the hashtag Tesla, 23% were bots, the research showed. Again, allegedly. Kirsch and Chowdhury tracked 186 Tesla-related bot accounts and found that after each was launched, the company's stock appreciated more than 2%. Fuck my life. Oh my fucking god. I'm at a loss for words, which is rare. The not so subtle implication here. I can't even do this. Oh my god, I mean, it's not fair to pick on people with mental illness, but sometimes you just have to point out the absurdity here. We read between the lines here, it almost seems like this research is indicating a mere 186 supposed Tesla bot Twitter accounts have contributed hundreds upon hundreds of billions of dollars to the company's market cap. They looked at the average stock return for the week previous to the bot's creation and for the week following. While Tesla's market value has increased over the years, the price has seen dramatic ups and downs. The periods around bot creation showed sharp increases, but outside those windows, trading was far more volatile, Chowdhury said. Is it possible? Crazy idea, but wait for it. Is it possible that while Tesla's stock is growing, they're talking about a few days previous and post to big moves in Tesla stock, is it possible that this alone, wait for it, this is a crazy idea, may actually have increased the amount of discussion about Tesla stock on Twitter and people using the hashtags about Tesla stock while they're talking about Tesla stock on Twitter? Is it possible these supposed bots are actually people discussing Tesla stock as it continued to go higher? No chance. Absolutely not. Definitely bot army. Quote, this isn't a causal relationship. No shit, Sherlock, but it does raise questions. Kirsch said about why there's a correlation that does not appear to be random. Quote, "We're trying to understand the mechanism. It can't be just the bunch of tweets that push the stock. People have to notice them, interpret them, and act on them. The researchers are looking at the timing of the tweets and options activity in the overnight stock market, among other factors. One big unknown, whether the bots are the work of entities with a direct financial interest in Tesla. Twitter bots have been created on behalf of other companies, the researchers found, but the content tends to be what they called generic marketing messages. Whatever the effect on stock prices," Kirsch said, "the bot campaign represents a new form of corporate content distribution, or as he called it, computerized computational propaganda." It's not nice to laugh at people with mental illness. Quote, "This computational content may have buffered the Tesla narrative from an emergent group of critics, relieved downward pressure on the Tesla stock price, and amplified pro-Tesla sentiment from the time of the firm's IPO in June 2010 to the end of 2020, reads a paper that the researchers plan to present at the International Electric Vehicle Symposium in June in Oslo. The paper calls Musk a, quote, singular figure on Twitter. With his 80 million followers, quote, "It's not clear if this strategy could be replicated by other firms." Now, take a moment here. Big implication here. It's not clear if this strategy could be replicated by other firms. If we read between the lines here, the implication, at least my interpretation, the strategy being the deployment of an army of Twitter bots to pump up Tesla's stock price. If so, the legal and ethical questions will become more salient. Should firms that use bots have to disclose their use to the SEC or conform with lobbying disclosure rules? Those are questions Kirsch believes regulators will need to consider as other firms see how Musk and Tesla have benefited from their bot following. That's right, the bot following. That's why Tesla's worth over $1 trillion. That's why they're dominating. That's why they're the only company producing highly profitable EVs at scale. That's why they have insane wait times for their vehicles. That's why the engineering expert of experts, Sandy Munro, busts nuts left, right, and center every time he looks under the hood of a Tesla vehicle. That's why there's a bunch of nerds whose full-time job it is to make content about Tesla on YouTube, on Twitter, on Patreon. That explains it. Quote, "It matters who stands in the public square and has a big megaphone they're holding and the juice they're able to amplify their statements with," he said. Just for fun, have a quick look at some other articles that Russ Mitchell has written for the LA Crimes. These are sorted by most recent. This isn't Tesla specific related articles, but I'm just going to do a search for the word Tesla in his recent articles. The first, of course, we've covered today. What's next? Black Tesla employees describe a culture of racism. I was at breaking point. After years of pollution violations, horrific allegations of racism prompt California lawsuit against Tesla. Tesla expecting racism complaint by California's civil rights watchdog. A Tesla on autopilot killed 2 people. Is the driver guilty of manslaughter? Alarmed by Tesla's public self-driving test, state legislators demand answers from DMV. Tesla's handling of braking bug in public self-driving test raises alarms. A Tesla mystery. Why didn't auto braking stop these crashes? Quote, "A very big deal. Federal safety regulator takes aim at Tesla autopilot." You guys get the point, right? It seems that old Russ here, from a cursory glance at some of Russ's wonderful contributions in recent times to the LA Crimes, seems like he has a little bit of a negative bias toward Tesla. Of course, that's got no bearing at all on today's article. And let's ignore the fact that he was donating to Plainsight. Again, if you don't know what that is, do your homework. I'm not going to spend too much time on this wonderful tool, but on the FAQ section, just wanted to quote this. "This account is clearly a bot/human. Why did you get it wrong?" Bot detection is a hard task. Many criteria are used in determining whether or not an account is controlled by a human or a bot, and even a trained eye gets it wrong sometimes. If this task were easy to do with software, there wouldn't be any bots. Twitter would already have caught and banned them. Goes on to point out some of the flaws in this botometer. Botometer sometimes categorizes organizational accounts as bot accounts. Likewise, an algorithm may confidently classify some accounts that humans have a hard time with. The best approach is to use this tool to complement, not replace your own judgment. In other words, this tool is not super effective. It makes a huge number of mistakes and therefore should not be relied upon. Now, I don't like to punch down, but sometimes, even if somebody's suffering from severe mental illness, I just got to set the record straight. The probability that Tesla or any corporation or entity has a bot army out there pumping up the Tesla stock price, countering the FUD, creating positive news, automated responses to tweets and so on, is kind of absurd. Now don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's a few people currently in their mum's basement who've built out their own bot armies for whatever the f they want. But the idea to suggest that there's a correlation between this supposed alleged bot army and the price of Tesla stock is beyond absurd. This is a wonderful lesson in self-delusion and mental illness. Some people, if they've pre-decided that Tesla's a fraud, the company's overvalued, they can't possibly be this popular. It doesn't make sense that there'd be a bunch of people on Twitter and YouTube talking about this company 24/7 because their products are so great, the story's so amazing, and the opportunity is incredible. If you've already pre-decided that none of that could possibly be true, you may fall into the trap of having confirmation bias and seeking out ways to confirm your biases. Case in point, this article and this tool. Actually, there were multiple tools in this video. See what I did there? I'm not going to explain it. Now, I want to be really clear some people will misinterpret things, okay? The tool itself, and I'm not talking about the tool that wrote the article, but I'm talking about the tool that supposedly identifies bots. I'm not criticizing this. I don't have any problems with it at all. I'm sure it provides some useful insights. I have no objections whatsoever with this tool existing. After all, the creators themselves have an FAQ explaining it's not very accurate. The problem here isn't the tool. The problem here is the narrative being painted by the other tool, Russ Mitchell. So in conclusion, I'm just kidding. TSLAQ is actually right about everything. I'm part of the bot army. I'm deep fake. I'm not real. You guys should have figured this out already. I mean, bro, like as if somebody could actually make a daily video for like 2 years in a row without needing a break. Duh, that was so obvious. I mean, duh. So the lesson here is quite clear. The reason that Tesla's worth $1 trillion is simply because there's a bunch of bots on Twitter. There's no other possible explanation. And anyone who disagrees with me is being paid by Tesla. But in all seriousness, and I really do mean this, I'm being very serious now. The members of TSLAQ, the self-identified TSLAQ army, the folks who are still shorting Tesla stock today, who genuinely believe the company is a fraud, Elon Musk's a bad person, that bots may have influenced the price of Tesla stock, who live in an echo chamber, who subscribe to a TSLAQ block list so they can't hear any positive opinions or thoughts or ideas about Tesla whatsoever, I pay attention to what these folks say. It's a valuable lesson into psychology. And I've yet to find a single self-identifying TSLAQ member who isn't obviously suffering from severe mental health issues. Whether it's depression, schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, extreme self-hatred, crippling insecurities, a lack of a male role model in their lives, these people need help. I don't know how to get through, but they genuinely do need help. It should be illegal for people to lose this much money shorting a company. This is the kind of point where family and friends might perform an intervention. I don't know what else to say except I'm really excited to get my paycheck from Tesla for today's video. And just finally, please sign up to Patreon with the card in the corner or the link in the description, because every single dollar I earn on Patreon actually goes toward Tesla, and they use that money to buy more Tesla bots to pump up the Tesla stock price. So it's in your best interest to subscribe to my Patreon, because if you do, obviously that money buys more bots and Tesla goes to the moon. Duh, obviously. So sign up now with the card in the corner or the link in the description. Just remember, short Tesla, short brain cells. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. Yep, even the TSLAQ dum-dums. Just because you're stupid doesn't mean you're not deserving of love. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks, and get some free stocks and crypto. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. So check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. And if you're still watching, you're awesome. I read every single comment on this channel and I really appreciate your feedback. So if you've got any thoughts on today's video, questions, comments, or suggestions for a new video, let me know in the comments below. Check the cards on screen now to browse the merch store, join Patreon, or watch the next video.